Hey, what's up, Stormy? Okay, let's see. I was at the office for a little while. We filmed a video and had our Monday meeting, and I was playing this there and got in the middle of doing this mission, and I wanted to finish it and figured if I'm going to do it, I might as well stream it. Yeah, yeah. 2 streams in one day, I know. Well, I still consider the afternoon my streaming time. I just have been liking waking up and streaming while I drink my coffee in the morning, playing this, you know? I don't think it's like a forever thing, but I'm enjoying it for the moment. And this game is real easy to stream. And it's all I want to do is play it right now, so... you... I guess... Can I just get in you? Thank you. No, Andrew was with us via computer, not robot, today. I'm loving it. I didn't like it at first, but I gave it a second chance, and it hooked me. Thanks for the sub, Jack. I had a great time at the office. I had to clean up the mess. I didn't realize what a mess we'd made in the kitchen from the last day of recordings that we did last week. And so I had to clean up a bunch of Gumpler mess, which... Oof, goodness. What am I doing? Why am I out here? All right, here we go. Why did it do that? Are you serious right now? Why can't I... Can I really not make it up this? Why is it keep doing that? How is this stuck? I don't know why it keeps doing that. Okay. Deactivate this. Maybe I can go. Okay. There we go. That was some bullshit, huh? Not a bad day. Not a bad day. What's up, Juicica? What's up, Horse Game? Gotta get this nice and paved. Go ahead and start back here. Okay. I am loving the look of this. This is nice. This is going to be a gorgeous road when we're done with it. Oh, no. Let's go ahead and get that, too, while we're at it. All right, go ahead and put you up here where you're going to need to fill in later. Might as well, huh? If you press A in those tool areas, you can automatically build road sections. Oh, I like doing it myself. You know what I mean? It's fun. Let's see. Press X on the section of road to start the vehicle. Oh, I see. Well, let's watch it do it and see. I mean, I already did that. You're just kind of going over what I already did. Not even really improving my job, honestly. I feel like this is a mechanic I won't be using again. This is the most fun part of the game. I'm just going to do it myself. Beep, beep. What did I get for breakfast today? I had 2 migas tacos from a coffee shop and an iced coffee or a cold brew. And then I just went into the office and I had a couple of, what do you call them? Fun-sized Twix bars. That's all I've had today. How about you, Mark? What'd you end up getting? Yeah, I'll deal with that later, whatever that nonsense is. I know they're just running into each other. I just need to massage it a bit, I guess. Let's find this route that keeps failing. Okay. Honestly, okay. Dispatch vehicles. Let's see what the problem is. I don't really need to. I've already done all this stuff, but I'd like to at least know it's working. Seems like it's fine. Okay. We're going to go out through the gates. Oh, boy. Get you out of the way. You're not in the way. You might be in the way. Where am I going? Oh, yeah, okay. Do easy peasy. Okay. Let's dispatch vehicles. But first, let's get up in here. Get out of the way. Oops. Fuck. Nope. God, don't you hate when your fingers are stupid? Okay. There we go. Reprint the Russian fuck hat, please. Also, I'd love to have an idiot hat. Maybe to both of those things. We might. I could see us doing the Russian fuck hat again at some point. We don't have any immediate plans for it, but I wouldn't put it past us. And I don't know. If there's a way to make the idiot flag make sense as a hat, I wouldn't be opposed to that either. We can only make so much merch, though, you know, so we just have to make sure that what we make is, like, the best possible thing we could be making at the time for the audience. Glad to see you again. Was feeling way too happy to watch this morning. Oh, well, glad you're feeling better this afternoon. How's the game compared to Trucks? Different, but the same. Very good. Very good. I would say just right now, because it's a little new, I'm having more fun with it than Trucks. But the stuff that Trucks does best, it doesn't do as well. But the stuff that this does best is better than Trucks. So it's like 6 of one, half dozen the other. Still depressed, but less so. Mayo on a hot dog. Disgusting. All right, you had a Cuban sandwich. I love Cuban sandwich. Black coffee, lime LaCroix, and an apple Danish. So that's breakfast/lunch of champions, Mark. Finally got a Gerp. Oh, hey, what's up? The infamous Aaron. Finally got a Gerpler from the anniversary stream order I placed. My order came in with one I didn't order. The cup rules. Hey, congratulations. Congratulations. Yeah, I'm glad that Gerpler found its way to you. We haven't actually talked about it anywhere, I don't think, but we had a couple of extra Gerplers, like, I don't know, maybe 50 or 60. And it just seemed like a mistake to try to sell that few Gerplers and just disappoint so many people. So for the anniversary, for everybody who bought stuff on the day of the anniversary, we just randomly threw in those Gerplers with a few of the orders. So maybe 50 or 60 of you got surprise Gerplers. Wish it could have been more, but that's all we had. You can get the merch from regulationstore.com. New Gerplers will be coming in this summer, probably July-ish, I think. All right, what's next? Repair the pumping station. Oh, more of those pipes? Dude, this is a... So one bad pipe. Okay. This is a fucking interesting mission. I did this earlier today. Excuse me. Here you go. This is our suspect right here. This is our bad boy. So we need to get over there. Can I put a marker down or something? Yeah. I want to get right there. Right there. Oh, I can make it colors too. That's perfect. Okay. So where's the closest spawn point to me? Let's look at vehicles. What I really want is this guy. Where is he in relation? Far, far away. All right, what warehouse is up there? Where can I spawn? What I need to do is I need to get... I need to get this guy over there. And he's over here. So let's get in him and recover somewhere. Where can we go? Where's my... Okay, harbor base. There you go. Phosphorus plant's not bad. But we need to be by a steel mill, actually. So steel mill's where we should go. Can I go to steel mill? I have to go to mountain base and drive to steel mill. Okay? Let's do it. This is going to be a whole thing. Not sure if this is in place or not, but there's always a link to online stores to your stream, so chatters could buy merch from other chatters and giveaways. That's cool. What is GURP for us noobs? GURPler is a cup that it was a big part of the Fuckface podcast. We designed the perfect cup, where we set out to design the perfect cup, because I kept banging my teeth on glasses, and I decided there had to be a better way. And so we determined that the best cup had already been invented. It is the cup you get from Pizza Hut. And so, like the plastic cups from Pizza Hut. And so, this is where I want to be. No. Wait, not exactly. And so we started selling them. And people really like them. And everybody agrees. Where was I just? Mobile crane was way back here, but I can already where I need to be in the field service vehicle. Okay. So what you got to do is you got to repair this pipe, right? I did this earlier today when I was at the office. You got to repair these pipes, but to repair the pipes, you need new pipe. And I don't know if I have new pipe or not, but I'll find out right here. If it'll let me. Take out. All right. I think I made enough for once. Now I got an extra new pipe. That's good. That's what you want. You want new pipe. Okay. But I got to get that pipe. I got to get that pipe over there. So first thing I'm going to do is this guy no longer needs to be over here. So let's move him. We determined over to this place. Recovery area, right? Yeah, by far the best spot for him. So we'll get him stationed up over here. What did you think of the Pacers-Knicks series? I think they should have won it in 5. And then we'll go back to... Sorry, I'm trying to logistically make sense of all this. Rusty cargo truck. Yeah, we'll go here. And then he is the one that's going to make our journey. So I wonder if you can recover a vehicle with cargo. Let's find out. Recover to the field service vehicle. I've made a mistake. I've done a stupid. I need that crane to load this thing up. So, dumbass. Let's get that crane back here. Luckily, that's not hard to do. Stupid. That's so much of what this game is. It's just like, just trying to figure out the order of shit, you know? There you go. I only watched 2 games. Do I know if the Wolves got beat? Yeah, they got beat. They definitely got beat. It's OKC, Indiana in the finals. All right, so here's what we're going to do. park it. Then we're going to drop our anchors. And we're going to lift our crane up. Spin her around. When you recover to this purple, to the service vehicle, it spins your purple gas tanks. Oh, I don't care. That's fine. I don't care about that yet. I imagine I will at some point, but... Attach load. Then we're going to raise this up. And then we can... Perfect. All right. Now we need to go a long way. Let's see if we can recover this guy. Is this going to work? Nope. 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 Shouldn't have done that. Gotta learn. Gotta learn. We do these things to learn. Now I'll never be that stupid again. Probably gonna need this. Might as well, does this thing not have a... I guess it doesn't. Doesn't have a winch on it. That's going to take us, that's going to set us back, you know, a few minutes. Oh, am I at the wrong end? Yeah. I need to be down there. I might need to come get some of these pipes, though, for scrap. If that pipe disappeared and it didn't stay down there. Nope, it's there. Sweet. All right, back at it. Okay. Oops. There we go. Don't hit your head. Just drag it across the roof. Ugh. Like a reverse crane game. Nope. Okay. Now we know we cannot do that again. We got to make the long ride. Hey, what's up? Cut. I'm glad you're seeing. Well, I just want to take time to say thank you. Hey, no worries. Thank you for showing up and saying hi and saying kind things. Hopefully you'll stick around. Thanks for the sub, Klungemeister. Yeah, we got new trucks, and I'm in heaven. I am in heaven. All right, let's figure out how we're gonna do this. We're gonna come back along here. We're gonna cross over here. I would. Yes, dog shit right here. We're not fucking with that at all. And there's no there's no bridge built over here yet. Although it looks like you could build one. So we'll come this way, which has been repaired. Yeah. That's where I cut my teeth on repairing. Cross this. Okay. All right, it's going to be a good trip. Thanks for the sub, Hammer. It's a very chill game to play. It's stressful but relaxing at the same time in a really, I don't know, kind of addicting way. Look at that beautiful road we made. Oh my God. That is just that is pave this whole world. Wonder if this guy and I are going. I don't think he's crossing the bridge. Same company, yeah. It's their newest game. It's called Roadcraft. It's not trucks, but it's very similar to trucks. It might be, well, I've got a little bit of recency bias because I'm learning the game as I go, and I'm very excited about it, but it's pretty fucking good. It's very different from trucks, but it's similar in all the right ways. Not really trying to rebuild a rundown city, just trying to help communities in need from weather-related events, I guess, mostly. Oops. Strap that back up. I was just trying to turn my my diff lock off. I'm definitely going to get in this guy's way. Have you ordered the jalapeno poopers yet? I must admit I don't remember exactly what those are or what that's from. So probably not, but if you'll refresh my memory, maybe I will go do it. Am I gonna go? I'm going up here, right? Along this. Should be good, should be good. Yeah, and then straight up there. Okay. Come on. No. Excuse me. Nonsense. I did make an NFT once. At the very beginning of all the NFT nonsense, I made one as a bit for regulation. Some fuckfacer out there still owns it, I guess. I don't know. I created as far as I know, the first NFT ham sandwich. Have a fun meeting. That sounds cool. I don't know if you guys are talking about a person named Akon or the anime convention in Dallas named Akon. But it sounds like we don't like we're mad about it. Meeting is not cool. I was just trying to hype you up. Yeah, that's why we only made one NFT as a joke, as a bit, just to see what the whole thing was all about. I wouldn't look for any additional. What is it? Non-fungible art items or anything? I wouldn't expect anything like that to come out of regulation anytime soon. I feel like that whole scene eventually died, right? Like nobody's running around talking about fucking. What were they called? What were the monkeys everybody was paying hundreds of thousands of dollars? Bored Ape? Was that it? God, it feels like a million years ago. Bored Ape Yacht Club or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. It was a weird time. Definitely felt a lot like, for those of you that were around and remembered, it definitely felt a lot like the vibe of things in the early .com boom, right before the 2000 bust. Like in the broadcast.com days. People are just like, who's making money? How are they making money? Where's this money coming from? How's this sustainable? Come on, man. Cut me some slack, buddy. No Bitcoin. No meme coins. That's a good question. As far as I know, Andrew still has his sauces, so, you know. What are there? Well, in this situation, those vehicles are on a predetermined route. They're NPCs that I'm sending from point A to point B for supplies, so they just fail, and then the route fails, and then I just have to redispatch them. So it's no big deal. Earlier, I got into a fight with one, and he flipped my truck and then parked on top of me, and I had to recover my vehicle. But I think that's a exception to the rule. This is cool. Suspension bridge. No, you don't. There we go. Okay, we need to go. Well, I guess we can follow this path. Well, that's to the warehouse. That's not where we're going. We're going over here. All right. This seems to be the road. Oof. Okay. Okay. So we go the way we're going. You're curious on my NBA Finals take. What do you want to know? Who do I got? I think it's Oklahoma City in 5, or I think that's the most probable scenario. I think Oklahoma City in 5 is the most probable scenario. However, if it's not Oklahoma City in 5, I think it's Indiana in 7. It's just going to be really interesting to see how these teams stack up. You know, Oklahoma City has had their number all season. Things are different in the playoffs. They're such a stacked team, but the Pacers have really impressed and outperformed based on what ability people thought. Rick Carlisle's a fucking genius. So we'll see, man. I give the coaching edge to Indiana and the talent and depth edge to Oklahoma City. But I also feel like maybe Indiana looks like they're ready for the limelight a little bit more. Like they seem a little more poised than Oklahoma City, even though neither one is really any more experienced than the other. Okay. Let's see where we're going. I just was reminded I got to make thumbnails at some point today. So after I do this, after I finish this, I'm going to hop off and do that. But we got a little bit to go still. We got to get the crane over here too. Would you ever consider doing a podcast about the decline and really upsetting cost of Amtrak or Greyhound in the modern era? That's a subject I know less than nothing about. I've never taken an Amtrak in my entire life. So that's not true. I took one from LA to San Diego once. So I'd have to look into it. I don't really know much about it. I appreciate the company as well, Mama Phantom. Fuck the Pacers. They're pretty good, man. I don't know. They play basketball the right way. Tyrese Halliburton is really turning into the dude we thought Trae Young was going to be, just like an NBA villain, you know? Like agitator, new Reggie Miller. Kind of like that for him. I like that for basketball in general, honestly. Andrew Nembhard's really good. It's great to see Miles Lego Turner be so successful after living like the last 5 years constantly in trade rumors. Aaron Nesmith is a lunatic, but the Celtics drafted him, and he's an ex-Celtic, so I like to see him succeed. Happy for him. I also have about 1,000 of his rookie cards, so if he has a great NBA Finals, that's good for me. I don't know that he's the best fit for the team, but I really like Benedict Mathurin. He's kind of he's a min-max kind of guy. He's either atrocious and shouldn't be on the court, or he's phenomenal. Hopefully he figures out some consistency. Okay, here we go. Okay, now we just got to get the crane over there. So let's recover to the recovery area. Is that what it was? Oh, that's actually not bad. Where's the other recovery area? Is that even better or is that worse? That's worse. Let's go to this one. Yeah. 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 Can confirm the last time the Ham NFT sold was for $1,600. Jesus Christ. That seems like a scam, honestly. Andrew needs a leash. Yeah, kind of. Okay. Let's get going. I hope this is doable and relatively easy in this bad boy. Good afternoon. How's it going, Guncatus? God, I gotta stop looking at the chat. Every time I look at the chat, I drive straight into something. All right. Going into low. Rug pull your own NFT. Regardless of role, all military personnel serve a purpose and provide help amongst one another and should be shown gratitude for their service. From what I understand, a lot of U.S. vets don't get the recognition they deserve, which is very unfortunate. I completely agree. Every single person who puts the uniform on deserves the same amount of respect and appreciation from the citizens of the country they protect. Whether they've got a gun in their hand or a broom, they're doing the same job, just different aspects of it. And they're all putting their lives on the line. Nobody's safe in the military. Not if there's a war. Jeff is a vet? Yeah, I'm a vet. I was in the United States Army for 5 years. Nine years active service. Wow, thank you for your service, Raging Cajun Boy. That's a long haul, 9 years. I'm glad you made it out safe and sound. Yeah, I was discharged from the Army on 9/11. That is my DD-214 says 9/11 2001 on it. Or not my DD-214. Well, yeah. I guess you get your DD-214 when you come out, but my official discharge papers, because it's weird. When you're in the military, at least the way it worked when I was in, no matter how long you sign up for active service, you're really signing up for 8 years. So a lot of people sign up for 2 years to join infantry and get the GI Bill, and then they would really secretly be in for another 6 years without kind of knowing about it, because they don't fucking tell you. And I joined for 5 active duty, and so I had 3 more years of inactive reserves, they call it, which is like if there's a war, I guess they can call you back up still. Definitely not something that they highlighted when I was signing up. So it just so happened that, yeah, the day I got that paperwork after my full 8 years was 9/11. Am I turning here? I'm turning here. Oh, thanks for the sub, Jackie. Tampa to Austin is 150 hours of travel for $438. I wouldn't. That doesn't seem efficient. Doesn't seem like an efficient way to travel. I probably would avoid that. Especially considering a flight's probably $250. Especially if you go on a budget airline, you get even cheaper probably. You working at EB Games? That's cool. Distracted driving the game, yeah. Kind of watching me very timidly drive and read. I assume we'll get a Switch 2 at some point, but we're not in a hurry or anything. There's not like a game we're dying to play the second it comes out, so I don't think anyone has made any effort to get a Switch 2 early that I'm aware of. If anybody did, I would imagine it'd be Gavin, and I feel like I had a conversation with Meg about it recently where they hadn't, so who knows. Stop booming down, dickhead. I don't want you there. I want you here. Okay. Couldn't really see what we were doing there, but we did it. That was fucking... Pat myself on the back. That was fucking sweet. There were no mistakes there. Knocked that old pipe, put the new one in immediately. Woof. Clip that and put that on my personal highlight reel of awesome moments in video games, man. I fucking nailed that. Lay-in pipe. Andrew was the record holder on Garfield Kart for a long time. Use my Fight Sim side stick for cranes in these games. Oh, that's cool. Do it again. If I had another mission to do it again, I would. Let me see what missions I have. I was going to stop here after that, but we finished that pretty fast. Thought that was going to take a lot longer than it did. All right, what do we got to do here? To restore an electrical connection, you will need a cable layer vehicle. I have one of those. Find an active electricity source and lay underground cable leading to the location specified. Okay. I'll do that. Let's do that. How do I... Can I go for the mountain base? What do I have over here? Is there a spawn? Yeah. Vehicle. I assume it's this thing? Oh, is it already over here? Thank you. It's very kind of you. Might as well do this while we're here. Let's look at... okay, just active cable. All right. Devil May Cry ad read. That's vaguely familiar. What's that about? You honk at me, I'll honk at you, dickhead. I shouldn't be so mean. That guy works for me. Wait, where are we going? That's where I'm going, right? Power substation? Yeah. Why is my... Hold on. Weird. I guess it is tracked. So, okay. So restore, you'll need cable layer vehicle. Find an active electricity source and lay underground cable leading to the location specified in the request. So I need active electricity. Oh, I bet that's the active electricity I need. You think I can go reversies? Let's find out. It's very kind of you to say, Zephyr. You should check out the Regulation Podcast if you get a chance. It's the main gig. This is just in support of that. That's the real reason I'm here. Okay. Dude, I am fucking this road up, which means I'm gonna have to repair this fucking road, I bet. Am I doing this right? Thank you so much, Zephyr. That's so kind of you. 3 cheers for Zephyr, everybody. That's awesome. Really kind of you, Zephyr. My favorite vehicle so far, I think, is probably the Dozer. Spreading dirt. It's been a lot of fun. That's fine. We'll deal with that later. Dude, this is it's pretty cool. Think of the bean holes you could dig. Yeah, no kidding, right? What's up, the Tapsy? Yeah, that's true. Anytime somebody is really kind and gives me subs or whatever, we should all thank them because those always end up going into the community. You have cat daughters and 1 cat granddaughter. That's cool. Expedition didn't hit for me either, Versified. I'm right there with you. I wanted to like it, and it just didn't do it for me. And then I was pretty... Honestly, I was pretty skeptical of this bad boy. And I wasn't crazy about it the first time I played it, but I gave it a second chance on Andrew's recommendation, and I'm so glad I did because I've been addicted to it all weekend. Should you cut your hair? It's down to the middle of your back. Do you like it? Are you looking for a change? If not, I mean, hey, also it's hair. You got 5 more years in you. If you decide you don't like it, grow it back. Expedition 33 looks really good. We did one video in it, and I think we all left like really wanting to play it. I just have been distracted by there's so many games out right now. Even just on Game Pass, there's so many games out right now. Like, how do you choose between Oblivion and Expedition 33 and Doom? And I was sucked into Dredge. Now I'm playing this. Blueprints. I still haven't beaten that. Pink misting that road. Oof. Good crap. You had a mental breakdown and shaved your head, Britney Spears style. All right, power has been Look at the fucking hole that thing dug. All goals completed. Storm has passed. You've completed all the main objectives on this map. New maps are available in the map section. You can return to the hub to select a newly unlocked map or stay here and finish the side activities. I think I have finished the side activities, but let's check. Yeah, I'm good. Let's return to hub. You didn't like the Indiana Jones game, Versified? Oh, man, I thought that game was awesome. I have opened Room 46 out, but I haven't made it inside yet. I'm on like day 37, maybe, but I haven't played it in quite a while. I couldn't RNG my way into the room yet, so I'll get around to it. I want to see the DLC menu real fast. I have this coming soon, Okay. So the next map I could do Incommunicado or Sunken. I don't know. All right, audience, which one? Incommunicado or sunken? Sunken? All right. It's the first thing I saw. Makes you want to grab a beer. Longer and harder? Cool. I can get into that. Thanks, Search Coder. Eastern Europe summer. Your company answers an emergency call for help in surveying the damage after a recent earthquake. Okay. Ooh, goodness. Okay.
This is supposed to be a simple survey operation. They had an earthquake recently. Did quite a bit of damage to the area in general, and the steel mill in particular. We don't quite know the full extent yet. So you just need to get in, find out, and get out. Nice and easy.
All right. We're not going to do a big mission. We're not going to get deep into this, but let's at least unlock that. Whatever this is. I bet I want to go this way. Be fixing that little pothole eventually. Uh-oh, we need a bridge. Well, that's going to be a problem. This place is fucked up. This is going to be a whole thing. Jesus H. Christ. Good Lord. Can I get... Yeah, I guess I can maybe go around. Oh, excuse me. Dickhead rocks. All right. I'm not making this easy, huh? Let's go down. Fuck it. Let's see what happens. It's what we got the cars for, right? It's what we trained for. That was way easier than I thought it would be. This game really is a lot simpler, a lot easier than SnowRunner in that regard.
Fun times ahead. As exciting as surveying is, it's a little more than that. Who could have guessed, right? The company wants you to retrieve some valuable mining equipment.
Well, yeah. Is that the other spot? Okay. Well, we could do that. We could do that. Might as well recover to do that. Is that a path? Can I go that way? I think I'm cutting... Okay, yeah. Ooh. Oh, boy. Hopefully we can improve that. Yeah. Man, this place is a fucking wreck. They have definitely seen better days. Okay, well, we can definitely get them some relief. Spruce this place up a bit.
I have a whole menu of things for you to do. One, connect the tunnel exit base to the steel pipes facility.
Got it.
Make some room at the port so we can get your gear shipped over.
Easy.
Place the gas tank at the concrete plant. You can
Will
find
do.
replacement at the gas station,
Of course.
so they won't miss it.
Okay. I think that's where I'm going to stop playing. Chat with y'all for a minute before I fuck off and do pop. Do what did I say? Do thumbnails and ad reads, I think. That is a fun fucking game. I just want to keep playing it, but I know I need to stop. I have other, more important work to do. God, look at this map, though. I can't wait to explore it. Man, this game really caught me off guard. I wasn't really looking forward to it. I kind of knew it was coming tangentially, but I wasn't paying attention. It just landed in my lap. It just hit me like a fucking tornado. Hey, what's up, Ghostly Method? Did I get? I did. I got 2 Migas tacos for breakfast. Wazzle Wuzzle? Wuzzle Wazzle? Do I have a favorite film? I do. This game is incredible. Would you like to know it? It's my favorite movie is Harold and Maude. And my second favorite film is probably it's like a tie between Empire Strikes Back and Harold and Maude. Although I'm not really into any of the new Star Wars stuff fandom, and it kind of diminishes my feeling about the original Star Wars. So I don't know that it still holds up. Am I still considering a move away from Austin, Kimtar? Yeah, sort of. I'm gonna move. We're gonna buy a house in Michigan. We sold our house in Austin a year ago, and we're just renting. And we're gonna buy a house in Michigan because it's much cheaper up there, and then stay in Austin, but just rent forever here. I have 2. My wife has a business here, and I have a business here, so I can't ever leave Austin. But I can't afford to continue paying property taxes in Austin for the rest of my life either. It's not a place to retire, and I'm of an age where I need to start thinking about that. Oh, thanks, Stuart. Everybody loves Andor, and I'm sure it's good. It's just like too much of a good thing. Same thing with the Marvel movies to me. It's just too much. It was more than I needed, faster than I wanted. Was it mixed feelings? Not really. It is a fun-ass game, and I'll be streaming it probably every day this week. I might continue streaming it in the mornings when I wake up. I've really been enjoying that. New season of Good Morning Gus is soon. I'm not sure what the holdup is, but it's all edited and ready to go. So I think it's just any week now. Is Austin expensive or Texas? Austin is expensive. Texas isn't terribly overpriced, but Austin is incredibly expensive. The property taxes in Austin are out of control. Why are ad reads annoying to do? They're not. I don't mind them. I mean, they're annoying in the sense that they're work, and all work is annoying. You know, when somebody says, you have to give this to me right now, you have to do this, you're like, ugh, I don't want to. But they're fine. I don't mind doing them. We could use the Chive HQ office to film. I went there once with Meg. That place is weird. San Antonio is beautiful, Dinkelberg. I love San Antonio, and they've got great restaurants. There's a flavor of adventure that the original Star Wars trilogy have that aren't really able to be recaptured because they were a product of that time. I completely agree with you. Awesome. There is a magic to those three films. And also, a lot of it's probably because I was a child when those films came out, so I am of that time, and so it spoke to me in that way because I was, a part of the culture at that time. I'm sure people that grew up with the prequels feel the exact same way. Have I ever thought about doing Loopy Lupe voice again? I don't really have a need to. I don't think I own the Loopy Lupe character. I think that belongs to Warner Brothers, so I don't want to get sued. Riverwalk's all right. San Antonio's a really cool city. They got some good hotels there. It doesn't get enough credit for how cool it is. Oh, thanks, Stefan. Be safe. Wear a helmet. I need to go on a... I didn't go for a bike ride today, and I meant to. Living the American dream, being severely underpaid in a city that's severely overpriced. Oh my God! If that ain't the American dream, I don't know what is. Lost Addict. Stuck in New Jersey because it's so expensive, and you don't want to leave and have to pump your own gas. You get used to it very quickly. There are also other places you can go to. I think in Oregon you can't pump your gas there either. So maybe just move to Oregon. Do I have certain routes, or do I just ride? Yeah, there's a place called Town Lake in Austin. It kind of runs through bisects the city of Austin, east to west. There's a big lake or town. Town Lake, Lady Bird Johnson Lake. And it is a 10.5-mile loop with maybe 20 other trails that branch off from it in different directions. Think of it like a long COVID, right? Which is like little boop, 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 sticking off. And I ride the 10.5-mile loop. It's not too far I can get onto it, not too far from where I live. So I just will do that. And then depending on how much time I have, I will ping off and to do another little 5 or whatever, however many miles. I don't ride as long as I used to live it used to take me 14 miles of travel. I used to live about 7 miles away from Town Lake. So I'd have to ride 7 miles in, do the loop, and then ride 7 miles out. So that was always about 24 miles. And I don't have to do that anymore because I'm closer now. So I tend to not ride as long. I tend to ride maybe 15 miles. How do I feel about the Lord of the Rings? I like them. They're fine. I watched the movies and I read the books and I enjoyed them. I don't get to fuss about them or anything. I still think The Hobbit was the best out of all of it. Book-wise, at least. I wasn't crazy about those movies, the Hobbit movies. I heard you can catch a charge pinging off trails like that. What else about it makes me think about retiring there? My wife's family lives there, and so we're up there 5 or 6 times a year. And so I'm very familiar with Detroit and Grosse Pointe and those areas because I'm there constantly. And it's beautiful, and there's an abundance of nature and stuff to do. And it's so much more affordable, and it's just different. I've been living in dusty-ass Texas for the last 30 years, and I love it to death, but I've driven every fucking corner of the state. I've been to every state park that I can go to. I've explored every crevice of this state that I care to, and I'm just ready to have someplace new to explore. And there's so much more forest and greenery there, and it's just unbelievably beautiful. And all the lakes, I'm a big jet ski guy, and it's a great day trip state. And it's close to Chicago. It's close to Milwaukee. It's close to Ohio. It's close to New York City. It's pretty conveniently located. And I like the Tigers. And I like the Lions. And I like the Red Wings. I don't know. And but family's a big part of it, I mean, my wife's entire family lives up there pretty much now. They all have immigrated up there from different parts of the country. And so, you go there and you have like 4 different family units of family there to visit. Do I only sell raw cards on eBay or graded too? I wouldn't sell any of my graded cards. I only sold cards online once, and it was mostly baseball and basketball. But I would do it again. I will do it again at some point. Baseball, football, basketball, probably. Yeah, New England's pretty gorgeous. I really want to do a road trip up there at some point. I almost did it this year, but I backed out because I just had too much else going on. Drawing the line at the Pistons? Yeah, I like the Celtics too much. I don't dislike them. Can't wait for the break show to come back. Me either. I've already started collecting stuff to open, and I just need to figure out the tech. Did I ever get through? He took him back. I think he gave him back to his mom or something, so I don't have access to him anymore. I still have the pack sack. It's in my closet. Have I ever thought about using Whatnot? I guess. I don't know. eBay, Whatnot. It's all the same to me. Making the listing sucks. That's why I don't do it. Yeah. If it was easier and faster, I would do it more. The whole process is annoying. I'd rather put that time into making content, If it's all I did, I could probably eke out a little living just off my collection, but for a while. But I'd much rather use that time to talk to y'all or record videos. Break show will be in the office, yeah. It'll probably be a live stream, like a live Twitch stream, and then portioned into a VOD for YouTube, kind of like we used to do in the old days. I have so many thousands upon thousands of cards. I mean, I've got sitting next to me, I've got 8 2,500 card boxes of all of cards top loaded of baseball, football, basketball, hockey, whatever. Just tons of shit, Sitting on my desk, what do I got here? I got a 82 tops Ozzie Smith. Don't know why. Got Carson Kelly. Pumpkin Parallel. What else do I got here? Porzingis Prism Rookie Auto. PSA 10. Ooh, 1961 tops Frank Robinson. PSA 4. 1979 Paul Molitor tops PSA 6. That's just what I could grab. I got tons and tons and tons and tons of shit. I haven't found a Bryce Harper Harambe card, but I haven't really been looking. I like Paul Molitor, and I love cards of that era. They're just I've really gotten into. That's what this is. That's my vintage collection, and I've just really gotten into 50s, 60s, and 70s cards. It's kind of turned me off of newer stuff, actually. Otherwise, you just end up with a bunch of fucking just nothing. Just best card I have in here is a couple of blasters I opened the other day. Tyler Kolek, cracked ice rookie. It does not fucking pay to open packs, man. Buy singles. I've really cut down my pack opening. Here you go. Looks okay. Here's a Zachary Rizaker, or Rizache Silver Prism Emergent. The only reason that I would even show that's because it's Silver Prism, because it's just a insert rookie. Those aren't ever worth anything. Yeah, well, nothing in here. Unless you're a Bradley Beal fan and you want a green Bradley Beal parallel. Massive. That's cool. That's cool. I want to spend some time in it, Dr. Mouse. Get me an Allen and Ginter card. That would be cool. What's one state you'd never live in? I've lived in Louisiana. I lived in the outskirts of New Orleans. I went to 7th and 8th grade there, so it was fine. No, I think I'd be. I mean, I think I could make anything work. I'd love the adventure. Like, what is the least interesting state? Like, what's the most meh state? Like, a lot of people. Yeah, I don't know. Utah, mate. Well, no. Nevada, maybe. Not a lot going on in Nevada, but I think I'd enjoy living in. I would love to check out Reno. I actually think it sounds cool, and I think I would love living in Vegas. The city of Las Vegas is very cool outside of the Strip. Two tubs full of cards. That's awesome. That is awesome. Congratulations. Shit on Oklahoma one time? No, dude. Oklahoma's all right. Oklahoma's all right. You just gotta. It's just like it depends on where you live. You got Oklahoma City. You can get a gorgeous ass 100-year-old century home in Oklahoma City for about $280,000. That would cost you in Austin $1.8 million. Property taxes are low. Insurance sucks. And then, there's still good food. There's still mostly cool people if you're living in a city. And it's really pretty. It's just cheaper. I don't know. I wouldn't be totally opposed to living in Oklahoma. Maybe Arkansas. I got no desire to live in Arkansas. Cheap, Tulsa, yeah. Stillwater, cute little college town. You know what they have in Oklahoma? Here's a reason to live in Oklahoma. Conies. They have their own flavor of conies in Oklahoma. Stillwater has a bunch of places around the college, and they have some of the best conies I've ever had. As a matter of fact, I'll be honest with you, because I'm about to move to Michigan, where their conies are a big deal up there. If my memory is correct, the conies in Oklahoma are far superior to the conies in Michigan. I don't have any graded comics now. I don't have any of my comics anymore. Whole collection's gone. I don't know if I want to do that much traveling. A Coney Pigeon Studios is it's like a. Well, in Oklahoma they're different. It's like a version of a hot dog, and they're kind of different everywhere you go. But in Oklahoma they're a little skinnier and smaller, and it has like chopped onions and this. Like I said, it's different everywhere, but like a chili sauce on it, like dry, like chili powder, and I don't know. They're really fucking good. You can scarf them down. I don't drink anymore, but if you're drunk, you can scarf them down about 8 in 30 seconds. Sober up. That's it. See, that's a good point. Biking is a big deal to me, Waleep's wife, and one of the ways that Austin kind of fails me is just lack of biking opportunity within. It's getting better. It's getting better. If you want to do like serious mountain biking and you want to drive an hour, you can go to like Spider Mountain, and there's some places like that. I'm not going to do any kind of downhill mountain biking. Those days are behind me. I'm too old for that stuff. I just like trail riding. I like gravel riding. I like street riding. And Austin's a pretty bike-friendly city, but nothing compared to Michigan, for instance. Ohio is, I'm going to defend Ohio, Cosmic Crisp. I have spent a lot of time in the Mistake in the Lake, Cleveland, and I quite enjoy Cleveland. I think it's a lovely city, great basketball arena, and cool museums there, believe it or not. And I went to Toledo last year for a baseball game, for a Mud Hens game, and spent 4th of July in Toledo, or 3rd of July, I guess. They had their fireworks display and stuff. And it was awesome. It was absolutely awesome. I thought Toledo was so charming. Every place sucks if you live there and are sick of it, and every place is cool if you don't live there and you'd like to check it out. You know, upstate New York's awesome. I spent a lot of time there. My first wife was from upstate New York, so I spent a lot of time in upstate New York, like in Norwich, Syracuse, Otselic Valley, that area. Do not move to New Jersey. I lived in New Jersey. Are you kidding? I was in the Army in New Jersey. I lived there from 1997 and 1998. It's what I did before I moved to Austin. I lived in Eatontown, New Jersey. It was very expensive. I think Seattle's one of the most boring places on earth, Derp. I know it's not a popular opinion, but every time I go to Seattle, I struggle to have fun. It's beautiful, but it's like trying to interact with a postcard. Don't move to Florida. I lived in Florida too, Mark the Frog. I lived in Jacksonville and Pensacola for most of my childhood. I agree. Don't move to Florida. Oh, that's very kind of you to say, Verton here, and congratulations on uploading your first video. And best of luck. Don't stop. Make sure your first video isn't your last. How about that? Yeah, Jersey is expensive as all hell, but man, I loved living on the shore, like going to Darlington Pier. I did most of my surfing in my life at Darlington Pier. I just went to so many fucking shows at Asbury Park. Went to, I don't know. I used to hang out in Red Bank. I lived right by Red Bank. I love that area. It's like I lived in Jersey in the 90s when Kevin Smith was a big deal and Red Bank was his, home base, and the comic shop was going strong, and it was a cool time to be in New Jersey around that area. North Florida is way more southern than South Florida. I completely agree, Mark. I love Miami and Key West and Key Largo and all of the Keys, actually. And you couldn't pay me enough to move to Jacksonville again. Or Pensacola or, any of that area. Have I visited every state? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think I've ever been to Vermont or Maine. Been just about everywhere else. I've done Hawaii and Alaska. Those are the hard ones. So, yeah, I think like a couple of the Northeast states I don't think I've been to. I don't know that I've been to North Dakota, but I feel like I have. I'd have to look into that. Abandoned malls and Wawas. That's my sweet spot. What's your go-to Waffle House order? For me, Mark, it is a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich with hash browns. The bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. Sometimes, usually just with pickles that come with it, but sometimes I'll get jalapenos. But just the way it comes is perfect. And Waffle House has the best hash browns on earth, hands down. The new hash brown bowl they have that's steak and cheese with a plate full of pickles. Oh, that sounds pretty fucking good, Cosmic Crisp. Waffle House is the best. That was like, when I was in high school, Waffle House was the hangout spot. It's cheap as shit, and it's pretty lawless at a Waffle House, So I spent a lot of time hanging out there. Gas stations and Waffle House in high school. I'll take my hash browns anyway and get them. Onions and mushrooms. Capped is nice, but I don't need them that way. Did I call it Taylor ham, egg, and cheese, or am I a communist that called it pork roll? I don't know that I ever had one when I lived in Jersey. It was mostly pizza and sub sandwiches for me. I feel like in New Jersey, it's like All you eat in New Jersey is bagels for breakfast, which, by the way, I've never had a bagel in my life that touches the worst bagel I had in New Jersey. Give them credit, man. We have breakfast tacos in Austin, and it's a whole culinary genre unto its own. New Jersey has the exact same thing with bagels. The breakfast bagels there are insane. And then lunch was always a hoagie or a sub from a gas station slash pharmacy that also has a sub shop in the back, and they were always amazing. And then dinner was always pizza. No, I don't think so. I think I just always had. I mean, if I did, I don't remember it. Yeah, most people. Not everybody. Yeah, breakfast tacos aren't a very universally popular thing, but it is. It is an entire food group in Texas, in Austin at least. It's the most important food in this. It's the most important food in Texas. Maybe not Texas. Most important food in Austin. I would say even more than barbecue. Is or Tex-Mex is definitely breakfast tacos. It's the main thing everybody eats. Cracker Barrel has fucking awesome salads, and they're croutons, and they have that little game you can move the golf pin around. Breakfast tacos are like, as I say, it's like a whole genre here. It's its own food group. A breakfast taco can be so many. There's so much variety and so many different types and kinds and styles that you can have, and so many different takes on them. It can be overwhelming. I've never had a bad experience at a Waffle House. I'm sorry to hear that you did. Well, I've never had a bad food experience at a Waffle House. I've definitely had bad experiences at Waffle House, but the food's always been on point. Regulation cooking show. Well, a lot of the stuff we do is food related anyway. You know, like for the Patreon members, if you're not aware, we put out a video yesterday that is ham spaghetti or spaghetting a sandwich. I don't know what we called it, but it was basically us trying to spaghetti a sandwich, a ham and cheese sandwich. And so that's available on the Patreon right now for paying members, I believe. And then we have a Gumpler video coming out at some point as well, and I think that'll be a public release. If my wife and I went to Austin for a weekend, what should we make a point to do? I don't know. It depends on what you like to do, you know? Austin's got a lot of different shit. Most people just eat and drink. But, you know, you can go to like one of our local Alamo draft houses, but they're everywhere. So it's like, not like you probably have 5 wherever you live, you know? We've got the original Whole Foods, like the corporate headquarters, which are pretty amazing. I know people say it may sound lame to go to a grocery store, but the corporate Whole Foods is something else. Yeah, it's mostly an eating and drinking and partying culture in Austin. Jet skiing is available. Yeah, you can go jet skiing. Absolutely. You're going to go to a White Sox game? Well, those would be cheap tickets. The architectural boat tour is the standard, like the prime #1 standard tourist thing you have to do when you go to Chicago. I don't know what it is about that architectural tour. I've taken it like 7 times now, and it is it's like a must do, and I fucking love it every time I take it. Highly recommend everybody take the architectural boat tour. Probably go to the pier, ride the roller coaster. There's a million museums. Go check out the Bean. Shop on the Mile. Oh, Chicago's a cool city. Lower Michigan, not in the UP. Although would like to check it out. I'd like to explore it. I'm not a roller coaster person, am I? I used to be, and then I got old, and now I get nauseous, so no. And I don't miss it. What's up, White Rabbit? Chinatown in Chicago is nice. There you go. QXY Dumplings is good there. You can take the water taxi to Chinatown. That's cool. I tell you what, I did something cool. I was in Chicago last summer for a couple days for something or other, and I had some time to kill, so I rented an e-bike, like one of the city e-bikes, and I rode basically from the, I guess like the Married with Children fountain up the coast, followed the beach up like 20 miles. I think the whole ride was about 29 miles, and it was there and back, so maybe about 18 miles up and back. And or 16, neither of that equals 28, but and I had it was maybe one of the most beautiful, relaxing, enjoyable things I've ever done. Just riding along the water. How many in this chat knows what Married to Children is? Buckingham Fountain, there you go. Yeah, the Lakeshore Trail. That thing is long and gorgeous. Oh, thank you, John. If you, instead of watching the old busted videos, watch the new hotness. Check out the Regulation podcast and all the videos, the gameplay videos we do there on the Regulation Gameplay channel on YouTube. It's me and Gavin and some other people from Rooster Teeth. See you, King. I did not go to the event that Greg Miller and Millie did in Chicago. I was out of the country on vacation, unfortunately, so I missed it, which was heartbreaking because I was really proud of my daughter, but I didn't get to make it, unfortunately. That's the nice thing. You're saying Chicago summers are superior because there's something going on every weekend. I will say that's something that's kind of awesome about Austin. When I lived downtown, I was on like the 24th floor, and so you could just look out the window, and like every weekend I would just look out the window when I woke up and go like, oh, well, I'll go down and see what those white tents are all about. And then you just go and you find out you're in a reggae festival or whatever. There's always something going on in Austin on the weekend. So you just head for the tents. The video of you and the Rooster Teeth guys bowling against Nerdist came up in my YouTube. I have no idea what that is, but I don't think I was a part of it. I can't remember the last time I bowled. I don't think I've ever bowled for Rooster Teeth. So I might not have been a part of that one. You're really hoping Regulation will begin Minecraft content. Well, we're not gonna. That's not gonna happen. I wouldn't hold out too much hope for that. I'm not saying we'll never step foot in Minecraft again, but that one video Gavin and I did was probably it. Called for a rescue ride home. That's funny. The Chibi Doki Make-A-Wish video, Repo was the best. That's silly. Chibi's cool. I like her. Do you see the Achievement City revisit Jeff and Gavin did? Oh, you're not asking me. I did see it. White tits? Yeah, everywhere in Austin. What was my favorite RVB season to perform in from an acting perspective? The last season. Season 19, I guess it was. I think it was like season 16 or 17. There was a lot of me. I was like time traveling and inventing pizza and shit or something. And I had a lot of fun doing that one. But I would say the last season because I don't know. I really enjoyed doing it because I knew it was the end. And I didn't know that I was going to get that opportunity. And so I just tried to really appreciate it and take it for what it was and soak it up and be very present and into it in the moment because, you know, you take for granted that you're going to do something forever. I recorded Griff lines for RVB for 22 years, and it's not often that you have the knowledge that, like, this is the last time you'll probably do this. And so or at least in this way. It's not to say that there would never be another like one-off RVB video in the future or whatever, but and I also thought it was very well written. I thought Bernie did a good job writing it, and so it was just a lot of fun to perform, and I got pretty emotionally into it, you know, recognizing what it was, and it was a great. I don't know. I just extracted as much joy out of recording the final season of Red vs. Blue as I think is possible to do. Well, you never know, Rykard. We're not going to return to Achievement City, but you never know. Who knows? Never say never. Gus, Gavin, Bernie, and Joel. No worries. I was like, I've done, you do like 20 years of stuff with a company, and sometimes I don't remember most of it. Gavin and I were talking about the other day. He was saying that sometimes I go watch an old Achievement Hunter video, and it's like watching it for the first time or watching somebody else. He has zero memory of participating in it or anything he said or did or that it even happened. And so you lose stuff pretty easily. But I was pretty sure I'd never done any bowling. I think sentimentalism is something that comes later in life for everybody, whether you want it to or not. I definitely wasn't sentimental when I was younger. I wouldn't say I'm particularly sentimental now, just for certain things that matter to me. Oh, that's really sweet, Lost Addict. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun to do. Thank you for the sub, Etheric Shade. Thanks, Routing Skeleton. I definitely lose my mind a lot in regulation videos. We still play all the same infuriating games. We just did 2 recordings of 3D Ultra Mini Golf that made me want to put my head through a window. So there's still plenty of that to go around. Haloid by Monty Elm. Yeah. Oh, your kiddo lost their first tooth over the weekend. I didn't realize there would also be lasts with all the firsts. Definitely sentimental over that stuff I'm finding. Yeah. I think it's physically impossible not to be, but I'm overly sentimental about every moment of Millie's life, I think. Especially now that she's an adult and living in a different state on her own. We would, if there was a reason to make a regulation bandana, we would, Mark. Like, one of the things that is going to stay true to regulation that was true in Fuckface is a lot of what we did with merch in Fuckface was a direct response to how I felt merchandising in general had kind of gone awry and gone astray. And this is not to point the finger at anybody in our company or any other company, but just like so much about merchandising at some point became about just putting a logo on a shirt in a different way and getting people to buy it. And you're just getting people to buy the same logo over and over again, just with different colorways or different, a different treatment or a different presentation. And it's like you get to a point where you're like, and I ran a store at Rooster Teeth for many, many years. I'm intimately guilty of this myself. You get into like, all right, well, what can I put the logo on? I can put it on a t-shirt. I can put it on a blue shirt. I can put it on a white shirt. I can put it on a hat. I can put it on a beanie. I can put it on a sweatshirt. I can put it on a zip-up sweatshirt. I can put it on a messenger bag. I can put it on a cup. I can put it on a koozie, and you just kind of go down the line. And then at some point, you're just getting people to buy crap, And one of the I guess part of the treatise of the initial concept of Fuckface was to do all of that in a different and intentional way, and to do it in a way that is respectful to what's being made, and also to the audience, and also to ourselves and our own brand, and that we're not just trying to put a catchphrase or a slogan or an image on as many things as we can possibly screen print it on and get people to buy it, but to create merchandise that makes sense and is of and part of and for the betterment of the content, right? Like most of the merchandise, when you look back at Fuckface, Protected by Falcons is a part of the content. Go Now was a part of the content. The kitchen magnet is a part of the content. The grown tube is of and from the content. And so it makes sense. It's ludicrous. It's stupid. It's fucking dumb to have a kitchen magnet that's a kitchen magnet, or to have a slop o'clock clock, or a Gerpler for that sake. Or, you know, or a switch fuck. You know, it's fucking stupid. But it makes sense because it's a part of the content, and making it in some way, the idea at least is that it elevated the content. Or, oh, my fuck button's battery's dead. Like the fuck button. And you know, then if people are buying it, they're not only buying in a piece of, you know, merchandise to support us, which we desperately do need and is important, they're also buying a bit of the joke as well. You know, they're owning a conversation piece. They're owning a way to interact with the podcast on hopefully a deeper and more meaningful level, which sounds very serious. And I'm talking about dick and fart jokes, but it does matter to us. You know, the Russian fuck hat came out of a bit that it just turned into something. Anal Passage was one of the biggest things that we ever did, and it came from the content, right? It wasn't just a regulation shirt. And so we just want to be true to that idea and that aesthetic. So that's a very long way to say, Mark, we might make a bandana, but it would have to make sense. You know, it would have to be like, for instance, if I were spitballing right now, if I were coming up with a reason to make a bandana, like why would regulation make a bandana? Why would we have a bandana? I'm remembering right now, a couple of months ago, I presented to the guys probably on the podcast, but maybe on something else, this idea that I had about how somebody had to be the first person to raise the bandana over their nose and realize, I'm anonymous. Nobody can see me. Nobody knows who I am. If the lower half of my face is covered, I'm going to go rob a bank or a stagecoach, you know? Like somebody was the first cowboy. Clearly bandanas existed on the range for cowboys to use to cover their mouths while they're riding in dusty conditions, you know, so you're not breathing in a bunch of dust. And bandanas, I did some research on So All Right, bandanas have existed since I don't know, thousands and thousands of years, right? Cowboys didn't invent bandanas. But somebody was the first person who put a bandana up and thought, I could rob a bank now. They're not going to know who I am. And we talked about that on a podcast once. So if I wanted to figure out a way to loop that joke back in and turn that joke into a reason to have a bandana to commit meaningless or silly crimes or some, you know, like I'd have to thread it in that way. And then potentially we could have a bandana. But I would just, anytime we make merch, I want it to make sense in that way. I want it to be a part of the thing that we're doing, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. We did dog merch for Fuckface. We did the pencil squeaky toy. And we did some like collars and stuff too for, I think Rooster Teeth, not Fuckface, did a bunch of dog stuff. It was fun. The importance of intentionality on the regulation merch cut off by an ad break. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, the bandana was the continuation of that. Somebody, I think it was Mark the Frog, asked if we would ever consider making a regulation bandana. And I was explaining to him that we would just have to find a way for the bandana to be a gimmick or a bit or a part of the content. Thank you very much. That was really, really nice of you to say, Scarlett. I hope you have a great day. Good luck on getting your bike fixed. I need to get mine serviced soon, too. So I'll be with you in spirit. Do you feel like cow chop yet with the house office? No, but I never really did. I mean, like we had the Achievement Hunter office, which was identical to the cow chop house in terms of like shit we were doing. It didn't have a bathtub to fill with cereal and milk, but aside from that, and so more than anything, it just feels more like old Achievement. It feels more like Achievement Hunter, at least to Gavin and I, the only two that were in Achievement Hunter physically. You know, Andrew was a part of it remotely. So, yeah, it feels far more like Achievement Hunter, like Stage 5 or Stage 4 Achievement Hunter. Regulation playing cards, I don't really have a idea for those. Roadcraft definitely is hitting right. I'm in love with it. Absolutely in love with it. Yeah, we had an inflatable kiddie pool. That's true. MLB announced they're adding team decorations to Minecraft. No, we haven't started messing. Well, we did mess with his desk today. We fixed an audio routing issue he had. Oh, thank you, Dilling Fram. Thank you so much. I should probably fuck off at some point. I really appreciate everybody hanging out and chatting today, and it was a lot of fun to play Roadcraft twice today. A double stream today. I didn't know I had it in me. I'll probably do it again tomorrow, actually. Well, maybe I won't stream in the afternoon, but I'll probably stream in the morning. I think I'm going to go into the office tomorrow, and we're going to try to film some stuff. So everybody have a great evening. Thank you so much for hanging out. I had fun answering questions, and hopefully I'll see you at a future stream. Do not forget to check out the Regulation Podcast. That's the most important thing. All this is nonsense. The Regulation Podcast is the only thing that matters. All right. Love you guys. Bye.